Good morning from California. I am Sarah G. And yeah, it's early on a Sunday morning, and I figured let me get these activations recorded before the house totally wakes up. So yeah, let's get it started. In this video, I'm going to record the 3 foundation sacred activations. Now, these are the first 3 that Tamara Ovia received, and she recommends running these first. And it can be pretty profound, just these 3 alone, right? The first one I'm going to run is the Lord Metatron activation. Now, if you've watched any of my videos, you've probably heard the story. Lord Metatron is who Tamara first received this information from, these seals from, these programs from, these upgrades. And running that activation is it's essentially going to upgrade your DNA, and it activates your crystalline version of your DNA, and which allows you to manifest faster, but it also allows you to just live in the higher vibrations and the higher frequencies that are coming in now. And whatever your ascension path is, this is going to help with that. The second activation I'm going to run she calls them Moses codes, or the tree of life. Don't mind all this smoke. I've got my little burning pot burning. This is how I get down. And so Moses codes and tree of life. It rejuvenates your cells, right? So the tree of life is a sacred geometry, and it activates a sacred geometry in your being. Rejuvenates the cells, it creates mental clarity, and it opens channels for creativity. And then the third is going to be the Avebury Stonehenge. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but I always read it. I never say it out loud. And this increases your healing, your psychic abilities. It can activate some of your clairs, your clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm just going to start with that, okay? Always remember when you're listening to any of my videos where I'm running energy, I'm a little froggy today for some reason, make sure you're not driving. Make sure you're not operating any machinery, because it affects everybody differently, but it can make you a little sleepy or zone out a little bit. And that's good, okay? I'm going to invite you to take a couple of deep breaths and come into your body, get present. Begin running the Lord Metatron sacred activation now. What I'm burning right now is a blend of Palo Santo, it's orris root, frankincense, white copal, verbena, and magic. This particular brand always adds the magic. But this blend is supposed to aid in, what do they say? They say it assists in meditation into other worlds and connects you to the cosmos. And I just found myself feeling a little oof. And so, first burnt a blend for clearing, and then this one right now. It's nice. It smells nice. I'm going to begin running, I'm going to begin running Moses codes on Tree of Life. So when I first began working with this energy, with this modality, and I would run the energies, I would just feel sort of a subtle rocking. Like in my videos, you might see me sort of moving a little bit. It's not something I'm trying to do, or occasionally like exhale, or make a weird face, or make a sound. It's just like my body automatically does these things. And so yeah, in the beginning, that's all it was. All it was. I mean, that was major to me to be able to say, run an activation, right, and then feel the sensation in my body. And that's a version of clairsentience, right? Sentience, being in the body. Yeah. And then I would be able to feel when it slowed down. And that's when I would know to ground or to do the next step. And as time went on, and the more that I practiced, and all I wanted to do was practice, because it was just so cool, right? I started receiving more information. I would start hearing things or being called to look at things. And by the time I progressed to the medical intuitive level of the practitioner program of sacred activations, it was very powerful. It was very powerful. The amount of information I was receiving was, I would say, astronomical, because that's what it felt like. It still does. I remind myself of just how, what's the word? So many words are going through my head, right? Like how exciting, how glorious, just how magnificent it is to be able to do this work and to share this work. Because it's truly the first thing I've ever done that I didn't want to stop doing. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to begin running the third activation. Now these other two are still running in the background, so what I'm doing is I'm stacking them. And I'm doing them according to essentially just kind of what I hear. I get guided to, okay, now begin running the next one. I'm going to begin running Avebury, Stonehenge. And again, this is increases healing, psychic abilities. This little chunk of sandalwood. This is what sandalwood looks like. So I bought this, oh man, it was like maybe 2019. I think it was 2019. And I went on this trip, this retreat to Marrakesh, Morocco. That's a whole story of itself, but I came back with a lot of beautiful bits. And yeah, so I'm gonna put a little sandalwood on here. I don't have like a proper grater, so I've been using this little cheese cutter, a charcuterie board set. Hey, use what you got, right? And I do want to say, while this energy is finishing running, that, you know, my silly cheese blade on my fancy sandalwood, right? I just encourage you to come as you are. And that's something that I myself am practicing, and practicing the embodiment of, right? Just coming as I am, throaty voice today, cool, you know. Just finished working out other days, or doing chores, and really being pushed to make a video, you know. And not being so judgmental of ourselves and critical of ourselves, or quick to fit a mold of what we think is expected, right? And that's also a big part of sacred activations. You know, we're creating from these subconscious, these unconscious programs, okay? But are they our own programs, or are they ones we inherited? And I think it's empowering to check into why. Why do I do what I do? Why do I think what I think? Why do I move the way I do in the world, right? And when I find out the why of it, or I find the pattern of it, that's exciting to me, because then I have agency. Then I can choose. Is that what I want? Is that who I really am? And is that the way I intend to be? Or am I just being that way because because it was unconscious, right? Or because I was taught that, or I inherited it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and ground. I'm going to take my energy down into the heart chakra of Mother Earth. Now, when we run these energies, we're running them for ourselves, but they're also going forward and backward in our genetic timelines. And they're also going into the collective, right? The collective consciousness. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Those are the first 3 sacred activations. So, I'm Sarah G. Be well and come as you are.